He was 80 years old when his body began to falter. For 45 years he had wandered from village to village and forest to forest, sharing the fragrance of awakening with anyone ready to listen. The body had fulfilled its purpose. The flame had finished its work. One morning, as the sun climbed through the branches, the Buddha knew his time on earth was drawing to a close. His disciples felt it too. There was a transparent stillness in his eyes, as if the light within was already merging with the infinite sky. As they traveled slowly, people emerged from their homes to offer food and flowers. His voice that day was soft and tender, saturated with compassion. Though his frame was fragile, the presence around him was vast and unshakable. That afternoon, they rested at the home of a humble man who had prepared a simple meal. The Buddha received it with deep gratitude, blessing the man and asking his attendant to ensure the host felt no sorrow. He wanted the man to know that his offering was a profound act of love. Soon after the meal, the Buddha's body began to ache. He knew the moment had arrived, yet there was no struggle, no trace of fear, only silence and clarity. He asked his disciples to take him to a quiet grove of trees outside the town. The air there was motionless, the leaves shimmering in the golden evening light, as if the entire forest was bowing to the one who had lived without ego, without desire, and without attachment. Between two tall trees they laid a simple cloth. The Buddha lay down on his right side, his head resting on his hand. It was the same posture he used for meditation. Even in the act of dying, he was teaching, showing his disciples the art of awareness, how to remain conscious, relaxed, and at peace. In every single moment, his disciples gathered around him. Some wept in shadows, while others sat like stone, watching their beloved teacher enter deep meditation. The air was heavy with both grief and serenity, the sacred atmosphere that arises when love meets truth. Ananda, his closest disciple, asked softly, "Master, who will guide us when you are gone?" The Buddha opened his eyes. His voice was faint but steady. "Be a light unto yourself," he said. "Do not depend on anyone else. Let your own awareness be your refuge." Those words held the essence of a lifetime of teaching. No savior, no external authority, only awareness, freedom, and self-understanding. He spoke again, slowly. "All things that arise will pass away. Work out your own awakening with care." He looked at them then, not as individuals but as mirrors of the same consciousness that had awakened in him under a tree long ago. As the evening deepened, his breathing slowed. The forest grew silent. Even the birds seemed to pause. For a brief moment it felt as though time itself had stopped, as if the entire universe was bowing in stillness. Then the breathing ceased, but something immeasurable remained. It was not life as we know it, nor death as we imagine it. It was a vast silence, pure awareness beyond beginning and end. The disciples sat through the night. Many wept, but slowly the tears gave way to a quiet reverence. They began to feel that the Buddha had not gone anywhere. The body had disappeared, yes, but the presence was all around them, deeper and more luminous than ever. By dawn, their sadness had turned into a steady peace. When his body was finally cremated, those who watched did not see a tragedy. They saw completion. This was liberation, the dissolving of the last link between consciousness and form. The Buddha had always taught that everything born must die, but he also proved that what awakens to the truth never dies. He left behind no rigid system or priesthood, only a living flame of awareness. He trusted that his followers would not worship him, but would instead discover that same light within themselves. That night, death became sacred.